Congress back in session in just days, and on the agenda for the soon-to-be Republican-controlled House, trying to change the 14th Amendment that grants citizenship to children born to illegal immigrants in the U.S. Known as anchor babies, can they get this done? Here with both sides is President of the Federation for American Immigration Reform, Dan Stein, and National Deputy Director of Democracia, Rafael Collazo. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Dan, let me start with you. Do you suggest the Republicans actually try to change the Constitution here and remove the 14th Amendment, or sort of alter it?
Well, there's no question about it. We need to have a thorough examination, and we're very excited to see that there are some key folks in the House of Representatives that want to take a look at what's going on with this particular clause of the 14th Amendment. It's being interpreted in ways that the framers of the 14th Amendment could never have expected. I think we've got about 3.4 million children here born to parents here illegally. It's a major cost factor for education, health care. Those children are, as U.S. citizens, eligible. And we see, for all kinds of taxpayer benefits, and we think that that's not the proper interpretation of the 14th Amendment. And so what we're hoping is that Congress will actually pass a statute clarifying this key clause in the 14th Amendment, citizenship clause. The key clause says you have to be subject to the jurisdiction thereof. In our view, a mother who's come here illegally has never actually submitted herself to U.S. jurisdiction. There's no political connection between her and the United States, and therefore she's outside of U.S. jurisdiction. The child should get a certificate of birth, which can then be used to get the citizenship document back in the home country. And that would be to bring us up to standards around the world, because right now the current interpretation is defeating our immigration controls.
Okay, Rafael, 53% the births of non-residents are up from 2000 to 2006. There is some sort of problem here, isn't it? Is it being taken advantage of and misinterpreted?
Well, what we see as the problem is certain folks from the right using this for political points to rally the base, when we have much larger issues to deal with, not only around immigration, which we need a comprehensive solution to, but really much larger economic questions that these children who are American citizens, who are paying taxes, who are working hard and as American as anybody else, and the rest of the country are looking for answers for, not, to try to play around with the Constitution when that would never pass, and that's not addressing the real problems of this country.
Dan, Republicans just shot down the DREAM Act recently in the lame duck session. If, in fact, they try to make changes to the 14th Amendment, might they pay a steep political price in 2012?
Well, look, our view ultimately is if you're going to alter the 14th Amendment, you want to do so carefully, but it would need to be done within the framework of a robust, meaningful immigration enforcement strategy, which right now we don't see coming out of the executive branch in the Obama administration. You're going to have to change the clause ultimately through an elaborate constitutional ratification process. But first, Congress has to pass a statute, because the Supreme Court has never actually ruled on the scope of Congress's authority. There's a clause in the 14th Amendment that gives Congress the legislative authority to interpret the 14th Amendment. The children of ambassadors, for example, they're not U.S. citizens, and so there's plenty of precedent for this. It really wouldn't be appropriate to first amend the Constitution without first Congress passing a statute.
All right, Rafael, finally, do you suggest there's some changes that need to be made here regarding immigration in this country, correct?
Absolutely, and we don't want a piecemeal solution. We want one that not only speaks to border enforcement, which actually this administration has taken on more strongly than the previous, but addresses the millions of people that are working and living in our economy and contributing to this country, and get them out of the shadows, get students that want to do the right thing and go to school and fight for our country, the right and the opportunity to contribute formally, and address the broken immigration system. We agree the system's broken, but this piecemeal solution and tinkering with the Constitution for political points is not the answer.
Rafael Collazo, Dan Stein, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.